Hey guys, so I wanted to use my team that I've been using on Showdown all week, actually in the game, so I decided I would have a match against my friend Jeremy that wasn't ridiculous. But, yeah, so it turned out pretty good, and Jeremy can always be counted on for unique pokes and interesting sets, so I think that it's a pretty good battle. You'll just have to watch and see for yourself in like 2 seconds. Anyway, here it is. Alright, Jeremy issues his challenge and I lead with Toadman as usual while he leads off with his Sylveon. Now, I'm just gonna go for the Toxic here so that I can get some residual damage off on this thing. But he starts going for Calm Minds, which kind of worries me, so I'm gonna get out of here immediately. I'm just gonna go into my Ludicolo because I think that I can take a special hit, but of course he's going with the Psyshock, and that's hitting my physical health, or my physical defense, so that's not really any good. He actually switches it up to Moonblast, but at this point, even though I'm gonna get the Giga Drain off on the next turn, I'm not really going to have enough health to really survive anything, so I just leave Ludicolo in here to just take the hit as I switch out into my Vaporeon. Now, Vaporeon's immediately going to take this thing down with Scald, and he's going to respond with Barbicle. And Barbicle's going to go for the Power-Up Punch for some reason, but I'm going to get Scald off and get the burn, completely negating his Power-Up Punches. At this point, I know he's Life Orb too, so I'm just going to go for the Wish as he attacks me, and have him go down to his own recoil and burn damage. So now that he's going to come in with Medicham, and he's going to Mega straight away. And this thing is just going to be a problem for me. He goes for the Psycho Cut, which does a crap ton of damage, but at least I get my Wish back, so my health comes back, and he's gonna Drain Punch now. Just there isn't, I don't know. I get the crit at least, so that's helpful. But this is a losing battle for Vaporeon, so I go into Toxicroak, knowing that he's gonna go for the Drain Punch again. But I can't really do anything though. And I tried to take him out with a Sucker Punch, but that didn't really work either, so I go out into my Electivire. And he's going to get a Tailwind up, which is going to be all sorts of trouble. But at least I can kill it with the Wild Charge before I go down to my own recoil damage. And now he comes back with his Medicham, and I go back into my Politoed so I can get the Rain back up. But he's just going to keep healing himself with that Drain Punch, and at least I get off a little bit of damage, but I'm just in a bad way with this thing. But his Tailwind dies down, and he can't kill me with the Bullet Punch, and I get him with the Hydro Pump. Just like in all those other videos, Starmie's Hydro Pump in the rain is absolutely monstrous. Now, I have no idea why his Vaporeon's carrying Water Pulse either, but, I mean, it worked for him, so, hey, who am I to judge? At this point, I figure I'm kind of in a good place. I can just bulk up in his face. Not really meaning to rhyme there, but whatever. But he goes for the Haze, which completely gets rid of my efforts with bulk up. So I'm just gonna have to attack him with Drain Punch and see if I can do anything whatsoever. But then he starts going for the Acid Armor, which I think is weird. So I'm going to just bulk up some more to try and bait him into going for the Haze again. Because if he if he goes for the haze, he gets rid of his own acid armor as well. So I'm just gonna keep doing that, and he does. He goes for the haze, which I was pretty happy about. So at this point, it's time for me to attack, but he withdraws and goes out into Volcarona. And here's the thing too, I hatched that Volcarona myself, and then cloned it and gave him a copy of it. And now he's using my own Volcarona against me. And so now, he's quiver dancing. It's just generally not a good time. And he immediately takes out my Vaporeon with Bug Buzz. So I go back into Toadman again so I can get the rain back up. And then immediately switch out to Toxicroak. But since I'm burned now, I have to bulk up so much before I can even actually do anything. And so that's what I'm going to attempt to do. I know at least that any fire attacks that this thing's going to use won't really be that damaging right now, and that's why he keeps going for the Bug Buzz. But I make a huge misplay and go for the sub, forgetting that sound moves go through subs, and lose my Toxicroak. And at this point, all I can do is go back into Politoed, take a Bug Buzz, and lose. So that's gonna be my channel's first loss. Definitely props to Jremy. His he definitely got me good there. And I don't know. I think I actually am going to keep doing these kinds of battles too, because I'm kind of figuring out how to work the editing programs and stuff like that. All things in time.